What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Attack on Titan. Or I should say last week's episode of Attack on Titan. Sorry once again, guys, for the delay of this review. I don't even know if this video is going to get any fucking views now that I think about it. Or even my reaction. My reaction might get some views, but I doubt this video will. But who knows? Maybe it might. I don't know. Let's hope so. Anyway, guys. Sorry once again why this took so long. As I mentioned before, after I mentioned my reaction, other videos, I had my finals from college, so I had a final essay, so I had to end up delaying everything. So, here we are. Once again, guys, apologies for the delay. Hopefully this video is going to be worth the wait. But anyway, let's just jump right into it. So overall, I thought this episode was fucking phenomenal. Reiner and Eren. Whoa, that was fucking fire, man. Whoa, that was fucking fire. The stuff with Erwin, I got something to say about the stuff with Erwin, man. Yeah. And all that on animation. We haven't got like first half season 3 God tier animation yet. Well, we got a little bit of it. We haven't gotten it through large sections like we had with Levi when he was like jumping all over in like the second episode with the that animation. We haven't gotten that yet, but I bet they're saving that for later. But whatever the case may be, whatever, let's just jump right into it. So we start something off. We got Joe, we got all the guys looking over, we see the Titans, and we then see that, and then Hanji tells Erwin that, hey man, the armor Titans making his way up there, is going to climb up the wall. So then, this part right here, and also guys, I also did record a reaction which will probably be up after this review drops, most likely. Although it might come up before, I'm not completely sure yet. But whatever. So you guys know, I was like, whoa, like when he when his nails grew, like his toenails grew longer through like the crystallite thing, and his hands, his fingernails did too, so you can get a better grip and just start climbing up the wall like Spider-Man or something. I was like, whoa, yo, what the hell's going on here? Whoa, this is no shit. So then he just starts climbing up the wall, and then we didn't get back to Erwin. The man's deep in thought of you're trying to decide how the hell we should go, what's the plan of action. Excuse me. And what the plan of action is. So then he's like, I don't know why I keep saying Reiner. So then Erwin kind of like, okay, what are they going to do? He thinks they're obviously looking after Eren, and so they're most likely going to go after our only means of the way to get out of here and to sever our supply lines, which is destroy our horses. If we lose our horses, we can't, because sure, they have ODM gear, and they maybe could get a decent way with them, but when they have no trees, which is nothing but open fields, they ain't going to get far. Especially Titans, they can't really do much on foot. Well, yes, Titans are... Well, yes, humans could probably hide in places where Titans could most likely see, because let's be honest, Titans are idiots most of the time, unless they're like, the intelligent type, like, Titan shifters and such. Most of the time, they're not going to know, but even then, they're probably going to find them, and when they do, they're pretty freaking fast, So, they can't really get anywhere on foot, they can't really, so they're pretty much just stuck here. They pretty much just got to sit on the wall, and then Titans just going to have to wait until they can waltz in there, take Eren once he's too weak to resist, either due to starvation or dehydration or both, and everyone else can just will die. So that's what they're going to do. And I love once Erwin is out of his little thought, he then Levi's like, oh dude, you're fine, right? Says that I could have had breakfast during the wait. I was just like, I couldn't help but laugh a little bit, man. I was just like, I don't know. Well, actually, whenever you watch the episode, I don't know, but whatever. I just couldn't help but laugh. I found that kind of funny. So that was kind of funny to watch. Just him be like, anyway, I could have breakfast waiting for you, man. And so then the Beast Titan slammed. Oh, and actually, right before that, everyone also sees that there's another Titan there on all fours with the mouth that might as well be like a duck. He looks like a duck. He has it doesn't look like a duck, but his mouth is like a duck, where it's got very long, like a duck is. It was weird. I was like, what the hell? What is this Titan? Like, I don't know how the Attack on Titan manga even began to come up with that. I don't know. But whatever the case may be, that was weird. And it's on all fours, and it's carrying luggage. So you can tell it's an intelligent Titan. And apparently it wasn't there when everyone else switched over to Titans along with the Beast Titan. So it makes me think maybe so Erwin thinks it's probably like an enemy scout that might saw everyone come in there and then warn Reiner, Bertolt, and of course the Beast Titan that they're coming in. That's what I assume. And so he says it, and then he says it's an intelligent Titan, which I'm assuming by that he means it's a Titan shifter. I'm assuming that's what he means when he says intelligent Titan. I'm assuming he means a Titan shifter. So anyway, once Eren he says, this team go over there and protect the horses. Levi and Hanji's team, y'all protect Eren and go over, and you two go after the armored Titan, take down Reiner. So they go out there. They're about to go. So then they're about to go out. And of course he says his signature line, "Shingzo Sasayu." I love that line because also, in case you guys did not know, which you probably already knew, but it did not help know until recently that the Japanese voice actor for Jotaro also voices Erwin, which is obvious there. You can obviously tell his voice, but I never. I didn't really know my first until recently. I was like, oh shit, yes they do shoot the same voice actor, so I kind of funny. I love it every time Erwin says Shinzo Sasayo. I love that line, man. It's so badass. Like if you're going into battle, I want to hear that line before I dive headfirst into battle. That's a good way to hype up your fellow soldiers. Shinzo Sasayo. Okay, enough of me saying Shinzo Sasayo. So everyone starts rushing in there, and they tell Levi, Levi, I told you and Hanji's team we're gonna go out, but I need you to stay. And he tells them, he's like, alright, I need you to take care of the Beast Titan. And he's like, okay. And then he says, since I couldn't kill the armor brat earlier, I will make sure to rectify that with the Beast Titan's head. I'm like, yes, if anyone's gonna take out Beast Titan, I bet it's gonna be you, Levi. So go after him. So take him out, man. I'm looking forward to seeing that fight because I know that's going to be fucking hype. And also, Erwin says to use the Thunder Spears at your own discretion, which we'll talk more about the Thunder Spears. Let's be honest, they're fucking missiles. Let's be honest, they are missiles. That is what they are. They are missiles. So they going out there. Reiner finally gets up to the top of the wall, and I love that he just I love how Erwin just looks at him, just like the balls of steels on Erwin is crazy. I'm he's voiced by Jotaro, the biggest badass in all of anime, so it's not a surprise there. But he just looks at him. He's like, "What up, Reiner? How's it hanging, brother? I haven't seen you since season 2. You know when I lost my arm and I said, Shisa, well, what did he say? You keep going when the Titan's dragging him away." Erwin, I swear to God, has some of the most badass scenes in all of Attack on Titan. It's so crazy, man. I love Erwin, man. He always gets some of the more badass scenes, that don't revolve, Titans getting killed. That's all Levi and Mikasa. Anyway, so they kind of look at there. Reiner kind of looks around, and obviously the horse. He's like, "Alright, I'm gonna take care of the horses." But then he sees Eren, and he sees Eren is just sitting there. He's already tied short, and then he walks, and he's running away in the opposite direction. He's like, "Where is it going?" And then I like actually throughout the episode we kind of have like this little map of Wall Mario with all the Titans in there and everything. I really love the map, and so Reiner thinks, okay. The reason he's doing this is most likely so that he can now go all the way, spin around the wall, jump over the outer wall, and then run around back there and jump over the other wall, which, can Eren really do that? I mean, the whole point of these walls is to make sure Titans can't move. Granted, we don't see Titans jumping, so I think Eren could probably make the jump over the walls. So either that or he could just climb on top of them. Anyway, he would jump over there, run over to the Beast Titan's flank and help out Levi, and they take him and both take out the Beast Titan. Reiner obviously can't really let that happen, because of course if he does that, then they lose one of their biggest guys, the Beast Titan. And Eren teaming up with Levi against Beast Titan, yeah, he ain't gonna last long, especially if you got Mikasa, if Mikasa's gonna be like following Eren around. So we know that ain't gonna happen. So Reiner, instead of going after the horses, which are all in one place, he goes over there and starts chasing after Eren. And one thing I actually forgot to mention. So Eren, the Beast Titan slams his hand down on the ground, and we see these Titans kind of come in there. And one of these Titans were like, the way they ran was pretty weird. I don't think I mentioned this before. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned this earlier in the review, but so one of them is leaning back and just has his hands in like finger gun positions and is just shooting them, like just shooting them back and forth like he's in like some kind of weapon. Then you got another guy that's leaning all the way forward and just has his arms flailing around as he sprints towards the wall. So everyone goes into action. Right, and so that's where it was. So Reiner kind of looks at them, sees that he's more like, why is Eren, tight? If he wanted to escape, he would have just used his ODM gear. Why would he do this? And he's trying, and then he realizes, he's trying to make sure I get away, or my attention is divert from the horses fully onto Eren, because then of course if he picks one or the other, he has to dedicate to them, because if he gets the horses, Eren's going to go all the way over the wall and take out the beast time, but if he gets Eren, the horses aren't going to go, so he has to pick an option and stick with it. So what he does is, so he goes over to pick up Eren, chases after him, like I mentioned. Mentioned earlier. So as that, so that's what is going on. He chases over and almost forgot to mention. So when Reiner's on top of the wall, he's kind of like where to go. We see that the sword is still stuck in his neck, and it's just kind of sitting there like nothing. And then actually, like, I don't know what is the muscles within the Titan pull it out, and just like nothing. He doesn't get injured. There's no blood coming out. No nothing. How that's even possible, I do not know. And then we find out how Reiner, I should say. I don't know why I keep saying Eren. Why Reiner was able to get through this whole thing. Was able to get through all of this without him dying. So what he did was transfer his consciousness from his mind, or his brain I should guess, to his body. If he was any slower, he would have died. I'm sorry, how does that work? How does one transfer their consciousness from their head to their body? Like, I'm no psychologist, but that does not make a lick of sense to me. I mean, granted, Attack on Titan, I think I'm just supposed to take that, but could you, like, go a little bit more with the explanation? Because I'm like, huh? How does that even work? How is that even possible? Whatever. Whatever, it's an anime. So anyway, so Reiner goes chasing after Eren, and so then we get this, and then of course, and then we kind of stop there, and we get the badass, then we get the fight. Fight's so fucking amazing, I love it. So we got Eren, so we got Reiner, so we got Eren, he got his fight stance, he's using the crystal ability to add some more armor crystals on his knuckles to make sure his punches hit a little bit harder, and of course that he can actually break the Armor Titan's body armor, and get right up close and personal with Reiner. So he gets there, Reiner chases that, Reiner charges at Eren. He actually even says that Eren was a much tougher target, was a much tougher opponent than Reiner, which I can see why. Because Annie was one of the best people out there during the whole Survey Corps and during the whole recruitment thing. She was right up there with Mikasa. I think she was like what was she, like number 2 or something? Anyway. So she's in the right. So he's like there. He charges. He dodges it. He charges again. He dodges again and pushes Reiner. And then he grabs. So then we goes from like a third time. This is when he actually nails punch. And I love Eren. He's like, "Do you even know where this is, Reiner? This is where we called home." As he punches Reiner, really, and you can see the armor coming off his body, and you just see them punch, and as it just glides right after his face, sends him flying, or not flying, and knocks him down. It was fucking awesome. You got Mikasa and everybody else already preparing with the thunder spears, and then we get back to Reiner, or not Reiner, to Erwin. Jesus, I don't know why I keep saying Reiner. Erwin, and he's kind of like thinking over. He has another narration where it says that that the Survey Corps is nowhere near as strong as it used to be, but without those sacrifices, we wouldn't got where it is now, which is very true. Because remember, before all the shit went down, before all stuff with Titans, not Titans, well, they were always talking to Titans, but before Eren, before Mikasa, they would take losses, but they weren't that many losses would happen back in Season 1, Season 2, and especially the first half of Season 3, when of course there was a revolution, we had humans facing against humans, that whole thing, that whole thing certainly meant left to the Survey Corps losing a lot of their veterans, losing because remember, really all the only heavy hitters and top guys left in the survey in the scouts right now is Levi, Aaron, Mikasa, Erwin. I'd still say Erwin, Hanji, and Armin. Now, granted, that's 6 guys, but that's only 6 guys, and most of those guys are pretty young. They don't let Aaron, Mikasa, and Armin haven't had much battle experience like someone like Erwin or Levi has, but granted, they have enough raw strength, and of course, all the other guys are, well, yes, I wouldn't say Jean, Connie, or Sasha are scrubs, but you wouldn't trust them the same way you would look at Levi or Mikasa, hell, even Aaron, for taking down Titans, So anyway, so then after that we get a little bit more narration, a little bit more, we get more into Erwin's history and a little bit more of his past. This was actually a really interesting part of the episode. This was probably one of my, besides the fight, this was probably my favorite part of the episode because we got a lot more of Erwin's backstory, more of his character. We figured out what makes him take a little bit more of what happened after we learned what happened in part 1 of Season 3. Because remember in part 1 of Season 3, he learned that, of course, that his dad told him that, that there's probably something going on with the Titans and everything, that there's something bigger going on, and that, we lost our memories or something like that, like that stuff. And of course, as we know, his father died because of what he knew, or what he thought he knew. And so after that, we find out one that it sounded like he still kept telling people a little bit about what happened, or might have just been the one guy, maybe a few other people after his father's death. But once he got in part, when he became part of Scouts, he stopped telling anybody about what he knew, about what his father told him, about the secrets of the wall and everything else. One other thing I forgot to mention, and you guys know during the commercial breaks, they always have like those little cards or whatever that kind of give you more history about certain stuff about the lore of Attack on Titan, weapons, and everything, and what's available for public knowledge. We find out a little bit more about the Thunder Spear. They are actually technology that was hidden away by, of course, by the kingdom, by the royals. Of course, as we know, they would hide back scientific discovery, scientific knowledge, and technology, holding back the advancements that the society could have gotten, but of course they would held that back to make sure everything stays in line with the Titans and everything, and so with all that stuff. So we found out that they're actually that this was information that was held back by the royal kingdom, and that it's about equivalent to the strength of a thunder strike. Hence why it's called the Thunder Spear. Yeah, why it's called the Thunder Spear or Lightning Strike. That's why it's called the Thunder Strike. So back to Erwin. So actually, it was when he was in the cadet, still in the cadet, when he was like a scout, he would still tell people about his dad's theory, and that's when he would become a scout, he would prove his theory to be right. But once he did finally become part of the Scouts regiment, he did not say a word to anyone. He stopped saying what his dad's theory was, or what his theories was. He stopped doing that for some reason. Well, actually, he did know. It was because he was the only person that wished for his dream. He was the only one that had to do it. He was the only one that was going to do it. So that's why he stopped telling people. When we see a young Erwin just sitting there as one of his fellow comrades and slowly getting eaten up by a Titan. So, and then we get this nice image of this. And then he says, before I knew it, I started commanding people, having them be inspired by my command, and I would make them say, give your heart to them, or give your heart. That's what Shingo Sasaya means in Japanese. It was always like give your heart. I believe it's a translation. I'm probably misremembering. I was like, give your heart something. So he said, I fooled my comrades, I fooled myself, and now here I am sitting on top of a pile of bodies. We see this huge pile of bodies of all the people Erwin has had to sacrifice for him to get here. That was a really nice image. I liked when Eren looks down, all the bodies are looking straight at him. I thought that was a nice little touch there by the anime directors, or the manga for Attack on Titan, I should say. Anyway, so that was great. And then we see his last part from Erwin where it says, even if this plan fails, I should be able to still see the basement. He's like the rest. He's like, what is in that goddamn basement? I will not die till I see what's in that goddamn basement. I'm right there with you, Aaron. I too want to see what's inside of it. The secrets of humanity. What is inside that damn basement? We get back to Aaron and Reiner. They're still fighting at it. Reiner tries to go charge at Aaron again. Aaron just blocks his head with his hand. He's like, you fool. And they like turns around. Then Reiner dodges again, grabs him by the leg, throws him to the ground. And then we get over to Mikasa. She's over there. She's like, oh shit, she's about to go in there, take down Reiner. She's like, Hanji, Hanji's like, no, not yet, Mikasa. Wait till Aaron gives us a good shot. We have to wait until where he gets us give us a good opening. We then get back to Aaron. We're actually right there. We learn more about the thunder spear. Which, let's be honest, they're missiles. They are missiles. They're like primitive missiles. So, and then she says that they were held captive by the interior police. So, excuse me when I said it was the interior police, not the royalty, but they were one of the same in anyway. So it was held captive held back by the military police, and she goes on about how it strikes there, about that's going to strike like a lightning, strikes like lightning. She wanted something that would destroy the armored titan's armor. So the engineer team brought this up, and then here we are. Shows it off, breaks the tree completely in half. Everyone's like, oh shit. So even then she says, I don't know if this is gonna work against Titan, but we'll have to against Reiner. But the only way to know is if we try. So then we see Aaron lock arm Reiner what was it? I know that submission move because Brock Lesnar used to use. That was their Brock Lesnar's the Cabora lock. Yeah, the Cabora, or was it? Yeah, I think it was the Cabora. I think that's the move. What it was called. I might be a little wrong with that, so correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But that was like Brock Lesnar's signature move when he came back to WWE. Was the Cabora lock? They would people lock their arms like that. That was and also kind of fun because, as I mentioned before, Reiner's Titan form was based off of Brock Lesnar. And before, of course, that was like his signature move he would do besides the F5 before Suplex City became a thing. So that was nice. I was like, hey, got blocked in the Cabora lock. Yeah, was it the Cabora? I don't know, because I know Samoa Joe's submission move also has a similar name. I forget what that was called. The Careflu Clutch, I know that was Shayna Baszler. Anyway, let me talk about WWE. So, back to what I'm saying. So he lost him in the Cabora lock. Aaron was trying to get out of there, or Reiner's trying to get out of there, manages to get out of there. Then that's when Mikasa and Hanji show up. They come charging in there, fire out the missiles. They come off. Like I said, they're primitive missiles because they fire the triggers. There's a little edge on them. They just slide and they just fire off like missiles into Reiner's. Well, actually, they both fire one. They both both of them aim towards Reiner's eyes, his time form eyes, and so they both land there. Reiner's like, NANI? And actually right before one of their charges, he's like, I got armor, these people can't touch me. Then he got shoved with heroes. They pulled on like a little wire or something, a little cable connected them, and that's when which is like the trigger for them to then explode. So they both explode. Yeah, big boom. Then you got a hot. So then they go for it again with the help. That's when we got the backstory about how the missiles work. So then everyone else jumps in there. Connie, John, Sasha, all along with Hanji and Mikasa. All four of them come in there, hit them all in his back. They all manage to open them. His the nape armor is gone. They can pretty much go in there. One more, and then that should be the end of Reiner. So then once they do that, Connie and Sasha are like, oh shit, do it. And Hanji's like, okay, let's go one more time. We can finally answer this. And then Sasha and Connie are both like, oh shit. They don't want to do it because, of course, they've known Reiner, they're friends. And then John's like, hey man, come on, I thought we were ready for this. We gotta do this, come on. So then Sasha and Connie are like, right. So they charge in there again, all the fire their missiles, and then we see the missiles going inside the little area where Reiner and Aaron always hang out, when they're trying to control the Titans. So then we see, and Reiner's like, oh shit. And then we see them explode. We hear a little bit more, couple booms, and then we just see the armored titan kind of like fall backwards, and that's when the episode ends. And I was fucking pissed at that cliffhanger, man. Ooh, did that trigger me, man? That fucking triggered me. Now, I saw the next episode preview. The next episode's gonna look sick. That's where we're gonna finally see Bertolt, what he's been doing. I don't know if I'm gonna do a reaction to that one as well. I might, not sure, but yeah. So anyway, guys, overall, I'll give this week's episode a 10 out of 10, guys. Fucking phenomenal. Can't wait till next week, man. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.